Hello, guys, and welcome to Newcastle Fans TV. I'm your presenter, Steve, and I've got here a Wolves fan to do the preview with me. It's Dazzling Dave from Always Wolves Fan TV. Please go check out his channel. He makes some good stuff. I've been slacking on watching your videos, but I do like watching content from all around the Premier League and all the other teams. So it's a pleasure to have you on the show. It really is. Thank you.
Thanks for inviting us to be on, Steve. And I know
Of
it's
course.
really like early doors over there in the States for you.
Yeah.
So, this is hardcore Newcastle fan doing this.
I am. I really am. No, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. Now, before we get into the preview, just want to shout out the One Football app. Definitely go download it. It's a very informative app. It uses fan articles as well, also to get info and their own articles. You can watch a bunch of games from the other domestic leagues around Europe for free. So definitely go download the One Football app. I use it all the time, and I will be using it for my preferred starting 11, and then I got Dave's. So yeah, it's good to have you on the show again, Dave. So let's get right into this. So Newcastle go to Molineux on Sunday. How are you feeling in general about Wolves?
Obviously, I think it's like our fifth season in the Premier League now. Wolves are an established Premier League club. Second to the first two seasons under Nuno. Then we had a bit of a dip to 13th during the pandemic. During the Raul injury, we were 6th when he got injured.
Yeah.
That sort of derailed us. But we got 13th last year under Bruno Lage. It's his first year. He was playing with Nuno's squad pretty much. And in the end, we finished 10th. We did flirt with getting, top 4, top 5, top 6, top 7, but we just had a few injuries and we fell away.
Ran out of gas.
Yeah, we fell away at the end of the season. And our problem for the last 2 years has been putting the proverbial ball in the back of the onion bag.
Yeah.
If you look at Wolves stats from last year, there's only the 3 relegated teams that scored less goals than Wolves. And in fact, an interesting stat, Wolves are the only team in Premier League history to finish in the top half of the Premier League, scoring so few goals.
Yeah. That makes sense, to be honest, because you guys played a lot of back 3 last year, but you're evolving under Bruno Lage, who I actually quite like. I quite like Bruno Lage.
Well, Bruno Lage has got a good pedigree. He's
does.
been coaching for many, many years, mainly in the youth setup. He was the youth at Benfica. He did come over with Carvalho, with Swansea and the likes as an assistant. He got a big break at Benfica when they were in trouble, and he was known for goals. They scored so many goals. He came in and I think they won 17 out of 18 games, took them from 5th to winning the Portuguese Premier League and drawing the other one, which was fantastic. Yeah. So he's been brought in to play attacking, exciting, high-scoring football, and we started. I remember last season, the first 3 games, we were absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
lost every game 1-0. Could add something like 54 shots, couldn't score. And it's kind of like started a little bit similar to that this year. We have scored 1 goal, but that was a miss it away at Leeds. And other than that, we haven't scored any goals in the Premier League. We were probably the better side against Leeds. We were controlling the game in the second half for 30 minutes. Didn't score. They went up the other end, bang, goal. Against Fulham, we were on the front foot early doors. We faded in the second half. They got a penalty. Mitrovic was saved by Sarr, so we got our points. We should have won it, could have lost it, got a draw. Yeah. And then against Tottenham, we played Tottenham off the park in the first half. And then if you saw that game, but we were absolutely brilliant. You thought Wolves were the home side. Didn't take our chances again. Yeah. And of course, Harry Kane, world-class striker, gets the goal, and we've got 1 point out the first 3. So we did win against Preston in the week in the Carabao Cup. Yeah. We were absolutely brilliant in the first half again. We had a penalty to go 3-0 up. Wang Hee-chan stepped up and missed it. Poor penalty. We've switched off at the start of the second half, and then really we were hanging on against the second string Preston side. So you're going into the Newcastle game. Newcastle, massive club. One of my favourite away days. I've got some friends that are Geordie fans as well. The Geordie fans are fantastic. Always, really proper fans, shall I say?
Creating an atmosphere.
Decent fans, fantastic atmosphere.
Yeah.
But with the new owners and you're long suffering, Newcastle have come sort of like awakening, and then you look at like, oh yeah, Callum Wilson might be injured, and then you go and spend £63 million on a
Alexander Isak.
And it's just like, wow. So, and I've watched the game against Manchester City at the weekend, and Newcastle looked incredibly impressive. So we need the points. It's going to be tough. I'm excited for Newcastle fans watching their team, and I'm guessing you're all Newcastle fans are tuning into this, and yourself, you've got to be incredibly excited about the trajectory that the club's on.
100%, man. Look, under Mike Ashley, I bet a lot of people are now waking up to see how much neglect he had on the club and how unambitious we were, and how crap the football was. But now all of a sudden, you're right. We've woken up from the proverbial dead, to be honest. Because I've been a fan since about 2018-19, and it wasn't a sexy choice to pick Newcastle as my side, and it was a struggle for a while. I can only imagine the older fans having to go through that whole Mike Ashley era. So you're right. It has been it's been amazing, and I'm super optimistic about everything.
That's good, especially after all these years. It's like, as a Wolves fan, we understand what it's
championship
like.
For a while.
Yeah, we went down to League One.
League One too.
We had double dip relegations. We've got new owners that have invested, and it's made us into an established Premier League club. We have aspirations of our own to be winning trophies. Wolves, like Newcastle, are we're a sleeping giant, really. I mean, at 1950s, it was Wolves with the team. We've won the top division. We've won the FA. We've won every cup. Everything bar the Premier League, and obviously in terms of domestic, we've won all 4 divisions as well, which I think there's only 1 or 2 other teams that can say that. But for Wolves this year, we want to be pushing to try and get the European places. We had a fantastic experience 3 or 4 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, when we got into the Europa League, and it was a journey that took us all the way to the Europa League quarterfinal. We had a penalty 1-0 up from Raul, and he missed it, and then we ended up getting knocked out late to
Sevilla.
Yeah, and they deserved it, to be honest. They were the better side, and they went on and won it, didn't they? But we the first 20 minutes we were on top, and we had a penalty, and again we just don't take our chances.
Yeah.
And last year we had Arsenal on the ropes for a
while in that game. It was a Thursday game, right?
Yeah, I was there. We scored, and Arsenal second half were battering us, and they got a goal, and then they scored the winner in the 94th minute, and Sarr went to save it, hit the inside of his hand, and deflected into the thing. That's football. We all love a last minute winner, don't we? But we hate when you lose in the last minute. It's gutting. But there you go. That's football.
Speaking of Jose Sarr, that's one of your that I put him in the thumbnail for a reason. I think he's absolutely fantastic, to be honest.
Yeah, he's been brilliant when he came in, because we had Rui Patricio, his Portuguese number 1 before him, and he's great. But Sarr, I think, is even better than Rui. His distribution is a bit crazy. He's a Looney Tune, but he goes for things, and he's a fantastic keeper. He's a great personality.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we get into the head-to-head history, since we're talking about players, here's your preferred starting 11, by the way, for the game against Newcastle on Sunday. So it looks like you've gone with Jose Sarr in goal, obviously. Nelson Semedo. Actually, I'll let you talk you through it. It's your team. Go for it.
Yeah, well, Sarr obviously in goal. Semedo, he's been out injured. He used to play for Barca. He's been Wolves for a couple of years now. He was out injured. Ait Norrie's been playing, but he's a young lad. Ait Norrie is very, very talented. Semedo's coming back from injury, and he's looked quite good. So I think he might get the nod. Johnny Castro Otto on the other side, again, Spanish international. He's small, he's stocky. And then the new centre-back pairing is Kilman and Collins.
Nathan
and obviously
Collins,
that's relevant because we've gone to a back four, not a back five, and Conor Cody's gone to Everton.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, I'm a big fan of Ayet Nori. I watched him when he was at Angers. I thought he was a very good player. I'm like,
he's only 19.
Yeah. Ayet Nori. Yeah. No, that's a good starting 11. Look, the strengths definitely are, I think Kilman and Collins, that could be I think Kilman's 25, 26.
Yeah, they're only young lads for centre backs as well. And this Bruno Lage has gone all in with the back four. We brought in Collins for 20 million. He's looked fantastic. They're both good on the ball. They're both good positioning wise. They're both thinking. I worry a little bit down the flanks because we have played the five at the back with the wing backs and stuff, and these are more like full backs. And watching early season, I've been a bit concerned that we've been caught down the side. That could be our weakness down the side. The middle three, I mean, it's got to be one of the best midfields in the Premier League.
It is one of the best, easily.
Joe Moutinho, Neves, Mateus Nunes, who's just, that is like almost the Portuguese international midfield. He
was linked with Liverpool too, Nunes.
He was. He was
very, very strongly linked with Liverpool, but you guys got him. That just speaks to the power that you guys have financially, also.
I do think it's got more to do with the fact that he was waiting. He wanted Champions League. No one really came in with a fee. And he wanted to move to the Premier League. His agents, George Mendes.
Yeah, Wolves, and obviously
Wolves have been able to, like it or not, Mendes has been able to bring in some players that we might not have been able to have got. And Nunes, Neves, all of those sort of come into that bracket. So,
Yeah. Now, how do you what is your greatest strength in your opinion in this lineup? What's something that you're gonna get out of Wolves?
Well, it's a new lineup, to be honest, because it's like our greatest strength was the back five. It was like we didn't concede many goals. This is why, although we didn't score many last year,
you didn't concede any.
The back five, we played like that. So we're in it's a bit of a transition, really.
Yeah.
We can. If it's just to say a strength, we can be quite attacking when we get it going. They like to play quick 1-2s. Trying to break in between the lines. We've got the pace. Yeah. We haven't been able to put the ball in the back of the net, but if it doesn't quite click, as I've seen in a few games where the passes go astray and we lose them in the middle third to our third, we can be in trouble. So if it clicks, we could be very, very dangerous. Like I say, against Tottenham in the first half, we played Tottenham, who are one of the favourites. We played them off the park. We had 12 shots to their one.
Good game. Yeah. Oh, sorry to cut you off.
Goals, but we've got Jimenez back now, so hopefully he got a goal on in midweek. So hopefully, if he's the one that I hope will link everything else up and get into the box and bring others in. So if he gets back to anywhere near what he was, then and we bring in another striker, someone a little bit different as well as a backup, then we could be quite dangerous. But we're either going to not score or we're going to, one of these games, we'll have 4 shots and 3 will go in.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's on Sunday.
What's a 1v1 matchup that you're looking at with Newcastle? So my preferred starting 11, it's pretty simple. Basically, it's our starting 11, which is Pope at the right back. I'll go Trippier, Schär, Botman, maybe Matt Target at left back or Dan Burn. Then a midfield 3, obviously, of Joelinton, Guimaraes, and Willock. And then ASM off the left. Probably have to start Chris Wood and then Miggy off the right. The matchup I'm looking to expose when I'm playing, especially Wolves with Nelson Semedo, because I think defensively at times he can be a bit suspect. Are you a bit worried about ASM versus Semedo, considering?
Yeah, well, this is exactly what I'm saying. As I'm saying, our weakness, if there is one, is down the sides. because they have played as wing backs, in a back five. When you've got one going, you've always got that.
Right.
We've always been quite solid. And that getting down the sides and being caught out of position is the bit that worries me. I mean, I watched what's his name, the French guy, the one that's your version of Adama Traore.
Saint-Maximin.
I watched him against Manchester City,
and he destroyed Kyle Walker straight. And not many people can. I was talking with one of my friends from Newcastle yesterday, and the thing is about Kyle Walker is that from 5 or 6 yards, if you're 5 or 6 yards behind and you dribble past him, he can just keep up with you. But what ASM did so well against Kyle Walker is he stuck to him like glue and then just used that burst of pace. So that's something I'm looking to exploit when I look at your lineup. But at the same time, Kilman is a very good center back. I think he's criminally underrated personally.
Well, he was touching on an England call-up, but then a couple of games got injured. But Collins is fantastic as well.
Collins too.
Yeah, he's a really good buy. So them two are very young, but they're going to have I've seen them play this year, and they're so talented. They're in the air, positional wise, they're really good on the ball. They can run with the ball forward. Kilman, and if you saw the goal in pre-season, he literally picked the ball up on the edge of his own area, went past 6 men and scored. It's like he can do things like that. I think the key thing, what's going to be the key matchup in this game is going to be the midfield. Whoever wins the midfield wins the game.
That's how football goes most of the time too. If you win the midfield battle, you control the game.
And we've got to get control of the game. And we've got to get our front players into the danger areas and use our pace. Pedro Neto, Gonçalo Guedes, we've got Adama Traore, who's still with us, that we can bring on. He scored a great goal against Preston. And we've got Daniel Pedence. We've got Hee-Chan Wang, who's linked with the move. But all of them have got pace. Jimenez,
I like Podence. I like Podence a lot.
I love Podence.
Yeah.
I love Daniel Pedence. He's so small, but he's got such a low center of gravity, and he can turn people. He can run between people's legs because he's so small.
Reminds me of Insigne because he's got those short bursts of pace, but he's a pretty good dribbler too, if I'm not mistaken.
And he's good with picking out the right pass. Daniel Pedence, although he's played a couple of games, the games he's played this season, I think it's because he's been playing in a false 9. He's not really been that effective. I think playing him just behind a striker, or in one of those other positions, he can come on and he can make a difference. Because Wolves' 3 formations really is the 4-3-3. We can switch it to a 4-2-3-1 quite quickly, and obviously we do have the backup of the 5 at the back if we need to. A lot of Wolves fans think it was a little bit bizarre letting Cody go on loan because we didn't switch it back. But look, that's why I say it looks like Bruno Lage has gone all in on the back 4, which is a big change for Wolves this year. What formation are Newcastle playing?
4-3-3. 4-3-3 with a flat 3, pretty much. I guess Bruno does a lot of the defense work, but to be fair, Joelinton does too. So, but yeah, we'll go 4-3-3 in that respect. So,
here's some interesting stats for you. The last 3 out of the last 4 seasons, it's ended at 1-1, and in every one of the 14 Premier League games that Newcastle have played against Wolves, Newcastle have not failed to score, and Wolves are, we haven't won we're winless in 10 Premier League games going back to April last year. So it's quite interesting. And I saw someone in the comments brought this up. Chris Wood has got a fantastic record against Wolves, scoring in something like 6 out the last game. So he does tend to like playing Wolves, doesn't he? So I do think he'll start for Newcastle. Your new signing, I think he's going to. Do you think he'll throw him straight in, or do you think he'll be on the bench?
I'm gonna guess bench. I'm gonna guess probably the bench. To be fair, we just signed him on Friday, but at the same time, he played on Sunday for Real Sociedad. I watched that game, so I mean, I think he met it. Honestly, whatever Eddie Howe wants to do, that's my mindset nowadays. I would really like whatever Eddie Howe wants to do. I'm good with, to be honest. So that's my kind of philosophy on it. I know you've got to head out soon, but let's do score predictions real quick. For me, I mean, Wolves is a tough place to go to. I think we are playing well, though. I don't see a lot of goals in this game, to be honest, but I do see us scoring, and I'm not sure if you guys do. I mean, you've got a lot of threats. Pedro Neto, Gonzalo Guedes, who's very good at Valencia. I just think that Pope has been sensational recently. I mean, the 3 goals he gave up against Man City. Having said all that, I'm going to go 1-0 Newcastle. But I don't think it's going to be easy by any means. That's no disrespect to Wolves. To be honest.
Listen. If you were to say anything less than a Newcastle win as a Newcastle fan, with how things are going, I'd be disappointed. You've got, you've got to back your team, haven't you? You know,
I've been known on NFTV to be a bit pessimistic at times, but that was under Bruce.
If you're the pessimistic one, then generally everyone at Newcastle's quite confident. Then,
yeah. No, I would definitely say that. I'd definitely say that. Like I predicted before the season started, 7th and the FA Cup will win.
Yeah, well, good. Newcastle v Wolves FA Cup final sounds like a good final to me. That would be insane. And I do go to the away games, I love going to. I normally when I go to Newcastle away, I normally stay over. But boy, it's a heart attack to kill you to get up to where the away fans are, man.
Yeah, all the stairs.
I have seen people on the way up literally like this, like out of breath on the floor because they're not that fit. And even if you're fit, you get your heart going. It's a cardio workout getting to the away section in St. James's.
Yeah. What are you going for a score prediction? I'm going 1-0.
You want my score prediction, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna go with this. I am concerned because we haven't won a game. There's pressure mounting, obviously, to get that first win on the board. We've played well in patches. We've got caught out. It's very similar to the start of last season in a lot of ways. But we do now have Raul Jimenez back, and he will lead the line. So I think that'll help. Guedes has got an incredible shot on him. Yeah. Coutinho and Neves have got a bit like our Trippier. They can deliver a ball and they can score from a free kick. I always a bit worried about Trippier. I must admit when he got sent off the other day, I was watching the game and I was like, "Oh, that'll help us," because I do worry about Trippier with his set piece. But then obviously got rightly downgraded to a yellow. I do think that we probably will concede, just because Newcastle always score against Wolves, and you look quite a threat. It could be another 1-1.
I think that's
what we tend to do, isn't it? Yeah. But sooner or later, we're going to start putting the ball in the back of the net. Someone at some point, because we can't keep missing all of these chances.
Otherwise, you'll go down, which I think is unlikely. I have a feeling
that we're going to. We might get a freaky, lucky goal. I don't know, and then some wonder strike, or we'll actually take a chance. And Pope's brilliant. But I'm going to go with the 2-1. Interestingly, both Pope and Sarr are in the top 3 keepers in fantasy football as well, aren't they? So he's brilliant.
I might be a controversial opinion here. I don't think there was a goalkeeper in Europe that had a better season than Jose Sarr last year. Personally, I watched a lot of Wolves games, and Jose Sarr, first off, bargain from Olympiacos. Same thing as Podence. That's where you bought him. Those guys have both been absolute bargains, in my opinion, especially Jose Sarr.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree. He's probably a lot of fans outside of Wolves would have him as signing of the season in the Premier League. Yeah, because he Sarr and Pope. I mean, Pope's going to be pushing for an England start, becoming.
I don't care as an American, but he deserves it, Pope, in my opinion.
He's been brilliant. He's brilliant, and he's good. You've got two good keepers. As I say, he does have a clanger in him, Jose Sarr, from the odd occasion, but he's brave. He's got great reactions. He's a character. He's going to need to be on it. The defense are going to need to be very, very alert. I think it will be very, very interesting as well to see how Maximus, is that his name?
Saint-Maximin.
Saint-Maximin. Because I do know he does tend to have a brilliant game, and then sometimes he can be.
Yes, he is. Oh, sorry. He's freakishly inconsistent. That's all I was going to say.
Yeah, well, I'm openly he's freakingly inconsistently bad against Wolves. Traore, we've got our own version of him. Adama Traore, he can be fantastic, or he can dribble past 4 people and then hit the ball out for a throw-in. You know, he can, you know, or just run into it. It doesn't. But if we get the maximum that he played against City, I'll be very, very worried. But can you imagine if there was a matchup against Traore against Maxima, and they were both defending and attacking against each other? That would be quite interesting. But yeah, 2-1. We need the points more than you, so we need to get our season up and running. So
and you know what? It's kind of based in reason. You guys did win 2-1 last year, so it's not exactly a crazy. Not a crazy prediction at all. You guys are a good side. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show, Dave. Sorry about all my, I know you've got to head out soon, that I set it up a bit late, but thank you regardless for coming on. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for inviting me onto the show.
And please go check out Always Wolves fan Dazzling Dave. I like your vlogs and your post match stuff. You're very honest, and you're very. I like your channel a lot, man. So
we do try to be honest and genuine. I say I've done my preview, and if you head over to alwayswolves.co.uk, there's a fantastic article on the website.
Yes,
which is all about the history of the meetings and the head-to-heads and players that have played for both teams. It's a really fantastic article that was written by Carl Whitehouse.
Yes,
one of our writers. So that's
I'm gonna go check that out, and also check out Always Wolves fan TV.co.uk. Go check out them. Go download OneFootball. Become a member of the channel too on Newcastle Fans TV. 99 pence a month. You get some good videos from me. Occasionally, I'll do a members video, and Sam and Johnny on our Greenwood and Mulliner show. So check all that stuff out. And thanks again, Dave, for coming on the channel.
Have a great game.
Thank you.
Enjoy it. But I hope that we get the 3 points. But you wouldn't expect anything less, would you?
Yeah. Anyways, take care, guys. And thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Thanks
it.
for everyone.